Greetings, everyone listening and watching to Some Offense Taken podcast. It's November 1st. Oh. I guess it's not a Halloween episode anymore. Oh well, offensive material.
Not one. I don't like Zaya.
Where the fuck did he go?
Don't want to lease. Get chips, apparently.
Is she watching Twilight?
That boy got that crack, man. Yep.
Hey, did you guys know
I knew it.
that even though you don't actually fight Salazar, that little Napoleon-looking fuck in Resident Evil 4, like, man-to-man, apparently he has a full animation and can punch Leon in the dick. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
What?
Yep.
Huh. Nutshots Leon.
You never get the opportunity to see him. It's only cutscenes, and then you fight like
that
a
would be pretty
monstrosity.
sweet. You fought the little man.
Yep.
So how did that guy get to him?
What?
How'd that guy get to him?
Yeah, what do you do? Just like data mine it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole YouTube channel that does that. They just kind of do like zoom the camera out on areas and games to see what they truly look like. Like Silent Hill 2, the opening where it's like the lake and then the car right there. It's just a fucking solid image. That's all it is.
Speaking of data mining, there's a streamer that used to play Tarkov. He's really just like, he mods all like the big Tarkov channels.
Oh.
His name's Logical Solutions. Sorry. He data mined to get everybody their information, right? There's a bot called Logic EFT bot. It'll tell you how much things are if you type in somebody's chat. All this shit.
That's kind of cool.
Tarkov, Battlestate Games, actually, kept messaging him and saying, like, hey, man, you gotta stop. And he didn't stop, and they permabanned him from the game.
But what was it hurting?
Probably
You know
just
what I mean?
revealing stuff that they didn't want people to see.
Yeah.
And if
Like
a game
spawn
company
points,
says,
shit
nah,
like that.
you can't do that, and you do
Like,
it.
they were nice enough to give him, like, multiple warnings. And then they were like, yo, fuck you. I hit record, by the way, like 3 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. Eric always hits it first, and then I follow. So,
I hit it like...
Rob, you would know better than me. I got enough. I got a lot of I got a lot of shit out of that shard. Yone or Draven for me. I would probably play either. ADCs are kind of dog shit right now, so like I'm tempted for Yone, but
Yeah, Yone.
because like I only play really Jin and Kaisa because I can count to 4, and Kaisa also has a 4 mechanic, so it just works.
Sure, 5 mechanic.
Is it 5? I thought it was 4.
On the
You
pit,
get
it pops.
Oh well,
But
clearly I can't go to 5.
but yes. Yeah, I'd go Yone over Draven.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh,
What have you guys done this week?
Got a bonus, working on a raise, but I might stagger it because I'm about to come into a little bit of money. And if we keep our income under a certain amount, I don't have to pay no capital gains. You know what I'm saying? So put it off to make a little more. No, it's not. Just tactical raise. Fraud. Suck my ass, fraud.
Just been working. The job is like, now I kind of pretty much understand everything that I do with the job. Just besides like filming in-person depositions, I'm still not comfortable with it. And I did one today, and it was not.
I just start coming everywhere.
But I don't know, nothing extremely out of the ordinary. Just gaming, working. We play a show tomorrow night. I know this is gonna come out on Sunday, so technically Friday night we're playing a Halloween show up on a rooftop.
The 29th.
For Clarence Clemens' son, apparently. And
Who?
Clarence Clemens is the saxophonist for Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, oh. So that's
How'd
pretty
you
neat.
pull that gig?
I have no idea. My
Yeah,
basis
right.
just
Fucking awesome.
knows people.
I'm fucking sick.
Yeah. So that's happening. What about you?
Disgusting.
I'm about to do a striptease for Maria.
There you
Nice,
go.
Other
nice.
than that,
She doesn't seem thrilled.
She already
I saw
left.
no
Yeah, she-
motion.
I said it and she already left. Yeah, it was not good, I guess.
Wash your taint. Maybe
but
she'll stick around.
nah, I'm getting settled here at the new job too.
Good.
How is Florida, my dude?
The guys like me. Florida's nice. We had a tornado warning today.
Hey,
No, I was
I think I
working
saw your
on
snap about
Siesta Key. What?
I saw your Snap or Instagram
Yeah.
post about it, and I was like, oh, well, bye, Rob.
oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, dude. And,
Oh, that's beautiful.
I start getting alerts from my company because they're really, really good. Like, it's a family-owned business, which is awesome. They've never paid for advertising, but in my city and the 2 cities that border us, we are the most ordered electrical company in these 3 cities, right?
That ain't bad, my dude.
And they never paid for advertising, so it's literally all word of mouth. And I was talking to the owner because he's like a really down-to-earth, like normal guy. I'm standing in the shop. I clocked out. They have a normal clock out, by the way. Like, you know, the tick-ting, the time cards.
Oh, yeah, the
so-
punch. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have that, and I put mine in today. And the owner came outside. His name's Bob, funny enough. He's like, Rob. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, how are you adapting, man? How do you like it? You like it here? I hope you really like the company. How's Florida? Is it different? It's gotta be different, right? And the guy's like sitting me down. He's just like asking me how I am as like a human being. And I literally looked at him and I was like, you have no idea how much I appreciate this. Like, I was treated like a fucking slave at every
Welcome
job
to the
I worked at.
Northeast.
Yeah, I was
Right
more
to
of a
work.
nuisance. Yeah, like I was more of a nuisance than a person. Oh,
Well,
What do you mean, were?
I was going to say, that didn't change. You can
Well-
change position on the Mason-Dixon hemisphere, equator, whatever. You're,
that's the whole
you're
thing,
still
right?
a burden.
yeah, it's fine to be a burden, but like your employer, right? Like he would show up to the job. We'd need 4 guys for it, and I do a 4-man job in one day that could have taken 4 guys 3 days, right? I'd do it alone in one day, in like 10, 12 hours. And he'd show up and go, all right, here's where you're going tomorrow. I'm like, suck my dick for a second. Like, tell me I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, be
right.
like, dude, nice fucking job.
Did I do
You just
something?
saved me a shitload of money. Thank you. You know, like nothing. Never, ever.
Nah,
It's very different.
too
Like
easy.
we just
Yeah.
had a new guy start, and he's blown away at the allowed downtime, I guess you could call it. So like, it's only so much I can do to be proactive. Otherwise, I'm just bashing my head against the wall for no reason, right? So teaching him what I do, I'm like, it's really this easy. You just check this stuff. If it's good, fire it. If not, figure it out. If you can't figure it out, you go back to whoever put it in. He's like, that's it? I'm like, that's a day-to-day. I was like, the fun shit's when they really fuck it up, and then you got to, play detective for a few hours, and there goes your day for something that should have took, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I'm like, it's not that bad. That's the fun part. You're going to get pissed at the person, but now that you're here, people.
Oh,
What?
You
It's
lagged
like-
there for a second.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you
when
went-
did I cut
Well,
out?
now that you're
Fucking
here,
did like a,
And then
a
you
have
go,
a really
really?
little spook
Like-
right there. That was a little.
That's perfect. Keep that in, because I
so
was going to
much.
say, now you're here, I can go after people. Like, we can get to the root cause here, because if there's a problem, I like to fix it, but then we have to remember, why did this problem happen again? You know what I mean? I don't care if you fucked it up once and we got to fix something. That's fine. If you continuously fuck it up, that's a lack of training on your part.
Yep.
So it tells me you don't care or you don't know what you're doing. The first one is going to piss me off and I'm not going to help you. The second one, you can be trained. Now, if you don't want to be trained, fuck off. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you're replaceable. That's something very very prevalent. Like,
No, like-
you don't need to be an engineer to be a salesman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
fine.
don't know if you guys are big into any type of electrical, if you've ever done.
there she is,
any
Maria.
type-
Everybody, Maria.
Maria.
Oh, okay. She's actually gonna
God.
pop in.
She clapped for herself.
Ew.
She had no idea what was going
Wow.
on.
She's
No
like, why are we
PDA. Get that
clapping?
shit out of here.
She's like, is that why everyone's clapping?
Why are we
That's
clapping?
gross.
It's like a kid. Like
Yeah,
when like
but-
you try to get the kindergarten's like attention. The
Now you start
teacher
doing that
just
if someone's asleep. Just start clapping, and then they wake up clapping. They're like,
suck a dick and eat an ass. Pay attention in my class. Sound off, fucking.
how'd you get
I'd
fired?
be a great-
I don't know. Apparently, they didn't appreciate my humor.
I'd be a great fucking teacher at like a charter school because it's like, hey, you
I would
paid
love
for
to do
this.
video. I think that'd be fucking great. But
So let me teach like kids. Teach
Oh.
them young. That's when they get
Well-
fucked up. Like someone's got to put them on the straight and narrow.
Boys, I have
Uh-oh.
my cousin.
Oh,
My
no.
cousin.
My
sent
cousin
us a
Vinny.
Topic. No, David.
Oh,
Sent us a
David.
topic.
I was hoping it was
He said
Vinny.
one interesting conversation topic for the podcast could be your opinions on the sexuality changes and gender changes happening in comics and movies. For example, Superman's son being bisexual.
Who cares?
why? Why does
No,
it
not
matter?
even who cares. It's just like, why
No,
did they
he wants,
change
He
it?
wants our
That's
opinion
where I'm
on it.
at.
Oh,
Ah,
I
okay.
figured you were there, but I would just say, as long as they do their job, I don't care.
It's just lazy.
But yeah, I think it is.
It's like
lazy.
a demographic pandering.
Yeah,
Because
it's
like
pandering.
comics were like not like cultural revolution, but it was like comics were, oh, here are these like controversial things, but it's like, well, now we just want to sell more. So yeah, Superman kisses boys and
They're just trying
fucking
to reach the
his
demographic.
son's
and,
gay.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
understand that. I
lazy.
do get that.
It
and,
really
like,
is.
It's some of it's kind of just like, okay, all right, we get it, and then sometimes other times it's like, well, that's kind of interesting. I thought it was actually kind of interesting with Thor, where they're just like, no, it's not Lady Thor, it's Thor, and I was like, what?
Yes.
And I was
What
like,
the
all
fuck?
right, I'll see. Apparently, the new Thor movie, that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna have the female Thor in that.
And it's gonna bomb, and they're gonna say it's because people are sexist. Like Black Panther didn't sell as much, so clearly there's a racism.
Yeah, it's not
problem.
going to be a Ghostbusters remake situation. That was just a
That
terrible
was
fucking movie.
Absolutely. But see,
I'm
it did
an
it did
adult
need to be
virgin.
remade, and it was only made to pander, and that's where I think people get rightfully pissed off
Yeah,
because it's
that's
like
that's the only thing I get annoyed at.
yeah.
Is
The only
I don't
good thing
care.
that movie gave me was a correct answer on a trivia question. They were just like, who
No,
was
like-
the male version of the secretary in Ghostbusters remake? Chris Hemsworth.
Thor, whatever his name
No,
is.
like I don't mind if that's how they want to make it, but don't change the original content
Right.
to pander to your audience today. It doesn't
like,
make sense. Like that's like
Look
when
how-
they made what was
Oh,
that?
sorry.
They just no, I'm sorry, dude. They just
No,
did
no, you're
something.
I tried
They
to-
just did something recently.
Well, I was thinking.
that I thought was stupid.
Because
What's
if you
the
go,
Amazon
if you
one?
go with that
Invincible.
statement, if you go with that statement where it's just like they're changing to pander to the audience, that could be the same situation for not even just where you're talking about like, you know, changing genders or sexualities of people, even just like the Resident Evil movie that was just announced. The trailer came out. Oh my god, the fan base is 50-50 because of the choices that they made for that. Are you dying over there? You good?
What the fuck?
I choked him up a little bit. He loves my speech that I'm giving
He
right now, and
is
he's totally into
Cherry
it.
red.
Oh,
More
as
red
red
than
as
the
my
Coke
hat.
bottle. Red as the Coke bottle.
For those listening
Oh,
on
God.
Spotify or Apple and cannot see what he is doing, he's currently dying on a bottle of
Trying to drink
soda.
from a Coke bottle.
Just fucking
Jesus Christ.
But no, like,
But
that could
no, I
be used for that
kinda
same
get it.
argument where it's just like things are changed because they're like, oh well, maybe people will watch it more if we change this in this way, be it we made this relationship
But
for a
that's
couple
just-
that's never been a couple, or like you
Right.
guys are saying with the whole, well, his son is what, bisexual? Is that what the whole thing? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, he can still probably punch a hole through my chest and it's not gonna matter.
Yeah. I mean,
right, but
well,
then
that's-
you're just like adding it to add it. Because
Yeah,
it's not
it's
going
like-
to add
that's
anything to
media.
the series. That's
everything
stupid. Right, and it's stupid. But then when people get upset, they're like, "Oh, this is stupid." It's like, "Oh, what are you, a bigot?" It's like, I guess so, because this is fucking stupid. Like, why would you add it other than just to try to get people to watch it that don't fucking care about Superman? Like, oh, I bet the buys don't like Superman because they don't have representation. It's like, maybe they just don't like fucking Superman.
I have never
he's kind of OP and lame. He's kind of OP
I don't like
and lame.
Superman either.
He gets killed and goes into a coma and comes out stronger. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, come on.
There are things just like you're saying, like I do agree with, and I have some friends that are the same way. When breaking news comes out and they're like, oh, well, now it's a gay character or a woman character, or they change the color of the character. And I have some friends that are just like, I get it, but like, is the story good?
Right, like it makes me not want to watch it immediately because, like, all right, look at the big gay shiny box. It's like, yeah, well, the writing's shit, and then they're like, oh, well, you hate it because it's gay. Yeah, you hate it because it's gay. I don't agree
with Kevin Smith's take on the new He-Man. I think that was dog shit.
Oh,
it was pretty dog shit.
Okay, spoiler.
Oh, what, the animated one?
That's fine.
Yeah,
the Cal Art shit. Yeah, it's dog shit.
Spoiler alert: He-Man dies in episode 1.
Really?
And they make the whole show about the side characters, right? Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't watch He-Man for side characters.
He-Man.
Right.
He's dead. Name it something else. Like, name it,
be like,
you know.
Why don't you, they should have just called it something where it's just like the Defenders of He-Man. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, or like, what's the planet that he's on, or whatever the fuck, or the castle.
Yeah, just name it the planet.
Yeah, just Defenders of whatever the fuck.
False advertise.
Wasn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe.
Saviors of the Universe, Masters of the Universe.
Something like
that.
Yeah,
just call it the Masters of the Universe. Done. Why does He-Man's name on it other than to get people to look at it and then be like,
they're doing it for clout.
Oh, it sucks.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. They're going to get the
and then they're going to watch it and be like, this sucks. And then move away.
I normally agree with Kevin Smith's shit. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But like this time,
I know what this can turn into.
He was like, he false advertised all this shit. Mm-hmm. He-Man comes in, dies in the first episode, and then
probably got paid.
No, well,
the animated character got paid.
Oh no, I thought you meant Kevin. What's his name? Kevin Smith.
No, Kevin Smith got paid. But then they interview Kevin Smith, and he's like, the women in He-Man were always held down, and now they could hold the torch and carry it on. But like, why are you making it about the women? It's about a fictional fucking character, man. And you named it He-Man, and you killed him. So now what? I'm supposed to, hey, you want to watch He-Man? And then I'm watching a fucking show that there's no He-Man.
It's just a patch of dirt. It doesn't make any sense. 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, you want to go see the new Superman movie? And it's a fucking movie about dogs. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, no. Because it's, like Eric said, it's like the clout thing, right?
It's like, just like look, it's got this fancy label. Just like the YouTubers, they put the white or orange outline around it. They put their faces on, like, and then big
shitty thumbs.
Just like, they hate me or something, but with that,
clickbait.
The show could have been okay.
Could have
if they changed the name. Like if they did something where it's just like
if they made it its own thing,
and then the subtitle is like a He-Man story
or a trilogy or spin-off or something. Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, obviously it's a spin-off, but like what I'm saying
but
is
it's more
actual.
It's more
title.
Forgiving.
Yeah,
it's more honest. And you don't alienate like that group of fans immediately, because what I want this to turn into is like a gatekeeping conversation, because like I think it's a good thing that for like exclusivity or something, like not being inclusive of everything, because once you start letting everybody in, it's just going to turn to shit, like everything, like the Marvel movies and shit. Like
I will,
if you would have told me
with them Marvel movies, like as soon as someone said, yeah, you know, it's the same formula. It's not a bad formula, but it's the same formula. And I'm like,
no, but it's very samey.
It's true.
But it's because it's become very palatable. It's not too strong one way or the other. It's not like a hyper, like imagine if they did the Killing Joke, the one where like Joker fucking tortures and murders Robin and shit. They won't make that one. And if they do, it won't do well because it's not palatable, but I guarantee it'd be a good fucking movie.
They won't do a live action, but I know they do the animated. So like,
but like
the way
imagine
that
shit
right
live
now
action. Some
the
guy like
animated DC movies are better than like the live action
but
ones.
they've always been.
Yeah.
And then like
those
the
are 10 out of
animated
10.
Marvel stuff
that
is not
really-
as good as the live action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only one that really takes the cake though for DC, like, was Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, that was great.
I'd say the whole Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, honestly, that whole thing's pretty good. Bane was
And
10
then-
out of 10. Completely like
Yeah.
redid him a bit, but they made him intelligent
Mm-hmm.
instead of just brrr at the fucking
Yeah,
juice.
screaming Hispanic. Yeah, and
Aki.
Me?
now they yeah. And now they're doing that one with Robert Pattinson. How do you?
Oh,
boys think
dude,
he's
it
gonna
looks so fucking good.
do?
I don't think it'll be bad. I really don't think it'll be bad.
I
Look
think it's
really
just
good.
because people automatically just go with the assumption like,
Twilight.
oh, Twilight, Robert Pattinson. There's no way it's
I
gonna be
like,
good. It's like,
um,
have you watched anything else he's been in since Twilight? He even
He's
fucking
pretty good.
admitted he hated Twilight. He didn't like it.
Yeah, but he got paid. Got his
Of
foot
course
in the
he
door
did.
and got
Oh,
him
yeah, he
paid.
got a lot of good
Yeah.
money. I still want
But
to
now
watch
look
The
at him. He's
Lighthouse.
doing what
I
he
haven't
wants.
seen that yet, and that was him.
I heard
and
that
Willem
was
Dafoe.
good. Really
I heard it was
good.
really
I heard
good.
Him and Willem Dafoe are so good.
But
Yeah.
like him doing that, because like I like Batfleck. I think I was in the minority with that, but like I thought he was a good fit
I love
because he
Ben
was
Affleck.
like
I
he
thought
was a
good.
little like he was like whatever. Ben Affleck is like a little older, but he looked like just the right age for like Bruce, where you think he'd be kind of like over this shit
Mhm.
and be like a little more violent because he's like, I am so fucking sick of this. Like,
Yeah,
why do
he's
they keep
matured.
There's only so many people I can fucking disable without
And
killing them.
The whole
Before
thing that
maybe
they
they'll
put
get
in
to
there
him.
with Batman versus Superman, where they had the Robin's outfit that had like like something like laughing,
Mhm.
ha 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 on it. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah, it was just nod to the joke.
that's,
Yeah,
that's pretty fucked up.
that was fucked. Yeah, but like
So,
imagine if they did that movie. But imagine how many people would be outraged. No one's ever outraged about a fucking Marvel movie. It's always
That's the whole
milk
thing.
toast.
Is
It's
the
so
comics,
palatable.
Comics, you can get away with it, but if you try and do
Mhm.
it on screen, there's going to be so many people that are going to say, like, I don't even want to say
Mm-hmm.
directors. It's going to be the fucking companies. They're going to be like, we can't do that. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
do you see the
Why not?
Suicide Squad? You see how fucking violent that was? And it has people that
Mhm.
are in the Batman universe.
Right?
Yeah.
More
It was
people would
rated R.
watch it.
There was fuck everywhere. I think, was there boobs? I don't know if there was boobs in the new one. I can't remember.
Probably.
There might have been, but like,
Let's hope.
people getting fucking blown to pieces and still talking and then die again, and it's like
Yeah.
the opening
that's like the
of that new
comics.
one was
Like
fantastic.
Deadpool was a hit. Deadpool was an M-rated Marvel. It was banging. Logan
M-rated.
M-rated. Banging. Yeah. Fucking R-rated, whatever.
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
I don't
you're
know
good,
the
you're good.
movie.
I know what you mean.
I
I know
don't-
what you mean.
I don't pay the pedophiles, but like
Mhm.
fucking like that's what I mean though. Like gatekeeping is good because like when you let it just get milk toast and hits everyone's palate, they're like, oh, this is great. It kind of sucks. It starts to suck. It all goes downhill. It may be a rousing success in the box office, but like you're gonna forget about it when the
That's
next
just
one
because
comes
more
out.
people could see it.
Exactly. It's just
Especially
because everyone
nowadays
likes it doesn't
with
mean it's
COVID.
good.
Like now, like people are staying home, so like you can get all the new movies like online the day they come out, just like Halloween, the new one that
Mhm.
just came out, and I watched it.
Yeah, did
like,
you guys hear Michael Myers is homophobic?
Oh yeah, can we talk
I
about
did
that for
see
a
something
second?
about that. I haven't
These-
seen the movie, but I saw
Okay.
that headlines and I immediately said before I even read it, I'm like, let me guess, he kills a gay couple.
All right,
Yep.
so
And man, I nailed it. I'm a
here's the whole
genius.
thing with that. I think it might have set people off. I'm not defending these people whatsoever.
I know you're
because-
not.
And the first comment I saw, motherfucker doesn't talk. How's he homophobic? But
He's just like,
Motherfucker-
so what I
I
will
like
say,
Scooby Doo, like just like
it's not
drag it.
defending them, but I think what they're going to bring up is like, hey, because it wasn't just one scene. They went back to this couple multiple times throughout the movie. And like at the
Mhm.
end is when like, it happens, because
Okay.
if you have not seen the new Halloween Kills movie, I am sorry. Obviously, we just said they die, but the context behind
Nailed
it is they moved into the Myers house.
Okay. So like they're gonna die likely.
Yes, and the
You'd
fact that
expect
these people
that
are
if
like,
you've
"Oh,
seen
he's
them
killing
one
them because they're
Halloween
gay." No, he's killing them
They're in
because
his
it's
house.
in his house.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's killing them because he's a murderer.
But
Indiscriminate. at
but
that. Indiscriminate.
a lot of people, this is a very 50-50 movie, just with the fans and everything. I'm on the side that
Really?
thought it was okay, and everyone else thinks it's complete dog shit. So
Huh.
I thought it was fine. There were so many kills. I was happy, and people say he killed too many people. The name of the movie is called Halloween Kills.
It's a fucking slasher. They better kill a lot of fucking people. I don't even like them, and I accept that.
The fucking
like if I watched Jason and he killed 2 people, I'd be like, what a fucking waste of my time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, but he hugged the gay couple at the end, so at least
they try to make it too fucking
right?
art house these days, where it just takes so long to get to the first kill. Don't get me wrong; some of those movies are fine. I still want to watch The Witch. I never saw it. I heard it was fantastic, so I will watch that eventually.
I want to see
a slow burn, but it's good.
Speaking of slow burn, I kept getting ads a while. I think it's called Lamb. You guys seen anything about that one?
It's a
or have you watched it?
Oh, is it? That's the one company that I do like because they do weird shit, and I'm fine with it. But I'll wait till he's good.
Put that back in the freezer. It hasn't like 20 minutes.
Breaking news.
I left meat on the dryer.
Back in the freezer.
I left meat on the dryer.
You got to stop.
We got a chest freezer, and I put it in the. We got a chest freezer, and I put it like right in front of the washing machine, so you can use it like as a folding table and shit.
Yeah.
But like still get in and out of the wash. And her dad was over saying something. I was like, oh, thanks for reminding me. So I got the big old chuck steak out that I'm going to make for lunch tomorrow.
Nice. But so back to lamb.
Speaking of meat, yeah, right?
Yeah, lamb. I've seen a bunch of random screenshots, previews,
it looks so weird.
I watched
can't figure it out.
Review it, and they said out of all of their movies they've put out, it's probably not one of the best. And one person's explanation, and this is not a spoiler, this is their description of the movie. Nothing happens.
That's what I figured was gonna happen. Like, so because I'm looking at this, I'm like, is it literally just like they get like dissociative disorder and are like, oh, this lamb is our son, and then it's just like these weird like lamb child shots, and people are like, oh, this is so disturbing. I'm like, bitch. This is milquetoast.
Apparently, just nothing happens in the movie, and I'm like, you had a cool concept. Why don't you do something with it? And
I thought like lamb. I'm like, oh, is it like omen of Satan or something? This could get interesting. You know, like, oh, the flock is sentient.
These fucking movies that come out. There's a really cool concept, and then they just flounders, and it's horrible.
We're watching gotcha movies. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, get you in, the issue, pay to win.
The issue
VIP
with A24 is they do this, right?
Do this? Right? What? Potato chips?
They have a hat full of just random words. They go like this. Pinocchio. Write it. You know, and then that's it.
It's working for them most of the time, but just this was one
this is like their 24th movie.
I bet all that money goes to advertising for these, like just cutting it up and making it look like, oh, what's gonna happen in this one? You know,
I still have to watch Hereditary. I have not seen.
You know who needs to make a horror movie is Meat Canyon. Let's get animated horror movies going, boys.
Someone call up 2-minute shorts are scarier than most movies I've seen.
His one,
they're uncomfortable.
His one with Bob the Builder made me very uncomfortable.
I didn't see
that one. Did you see the one with Steve from Blues?
I haven't watched that one. I know that's like he just.
I was excited to watch it, but unfortunately, that came out right after we put Stormy down, and I was like, "Motherfucker!"
Yeah, you can't watch that one.
I don't want this.
No, dude, I watched that one like this. Like just like pure disgust on my face.
Dude, he is a master at his craft.
I felt like I had something taken away from me.
Like there's creepy cartoons, you know, we had like salad fingers and shit.
Courage.
But just Meat Canyon. Yeah, Courage was like
Courage was great.
Yeah, Courage had some just creepy shit. But like it also had some really funny ones too. Mm-hmm. Like I like the one with the barber, like was it Cousin Fred or whatever?
Very
naughty. And little dog, purple and brown. You know, it's just like everything rhymes, and they just be like naughty. You were just like, what the fuck? But then you had Return the Slab. You had the one where he's like going through the apartment building, and there's a girl like with the violin, and she just turns around like,
and it was like that shit was cool.
So you were like, Jesus.
Yeah, that or the shit, like
the like fetus, the fetus when he's sleeping, it's like, it's okay not to be perfect, Courage. and he just wakes up like,
Screaming.
what the fuck? I'm
I
like,
still like the bathtub.
I was like
Barracuda.
9. Oh yeah, it was just like he was like motivational.
Oh, thanks.
Dude,
Oh,
one of the
that's
best
amazing.
episodes is the one with the triplet ducks. They're trying to get their
We're dog
Stop
brothers.
laying.
We don't lay eggs.
Stop laying eggs.
my brother.
Stop telling me what to do.
Now there you go again. You're laying golden eggs. We said not to do that. We're duck brothers. Like I love that they all sound like
Lay
fucking
eggs.
Ringo.
Yeah, they all sound
We
like the
don't
Beatles.
lay, and then they all just cry like. That guy was
Yeah, dude,
fucking
that-
off his shit,
dude.
but everything was funny. Like as
Courage the
creepy as it was.
Cowardly Dog.
Where they
Oh
kill the
my
dad,
God.
like the head duck, and then he comes back as like a fried chicken or something.
Yeah.
It's like sentient, trying to like get everyone else's head.
So
Love
to add
that
on what
shit.
you were talking about, where it's just like someone to make a horror movie that's like they obviously they have the chops for it, but I like seeing horror movies done by people that you don't normally see doing horror, and that's why a couple
Like
of years
director
ago,
wise or like actor wise?
director, writer, producer, someone that's on the project and they're like, I want it this way. So Halloween in 2018, what the fuck was his name? Danny McBride was one of the writers.
Really? He's
And the
bound
new
it
one.
down.
He wrote the new Halloween as well.
You're fucking up. I love Dana. McBride.
You can't just jerk off in my house. I'll jerk off everywhere I want.
Can't give a kid a toy, no batteries. Fucking slap that mag in, little boy. Oh, he's like in the background.
Dude,
Fuck yeah.
that
dude.
is
I
one of
love
my
these
favorite
guys, man.
lines from a movie ever is when he goes, when he's like, why can't you just, like, use an iPad or the internet like a fucking normal person? Jim Franco's like, yeah, man, yeah, because I like to fucking read. He's talking about his porno mags. I like to fucking read.
What was the other one? He's like, listen here, you big titty bitch. I'm going to fuck you up with some truth. He's like, what?
Dude, he's so
Sir?
fucking...
You know who
Danny
can
McBride
stop
is
is Rob Zombie.
Yeah. But something cool about Rob Zombie is that he still brings the Dragula to car shows.
Oh, that's
That's
kind of
pretty
badass. I mean, it's iconic. You can't just throw that.
I think I was in that small minority of fans with the second Halloween movie he did.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good for like the first 2/3, and then
It falls off.
it gets very odd, and like I get where he's trying to go with it, but I can understand why fans were fucking pissed. But I like his like brutal directing style.
it's like
but I didn't see 3 from Hell. I love Devil's Rejects.
Man.
I gotta rewatch House
That
of a
was
Thousand
good.
Corpses because I fell asleep watching it when I was a kid.
He did House of a Thousand Corpses, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, House of a Thousand
This is
Corpses
the
are one of
most
my favorite
thematic
movies.
time we could be talking about horror movies, by
Right?
the way.
Because
This'll
by the
be
way,
right
ladies
on
and
time.
gentlemen, it is Halloween.
Happy
Everybody scream.
In this town of
I am the man with the tearaway sack. Don't throw it away. It'll never come
And
back.
it's instead of his voice going very low, it goes really
Yeah,
high.
it goes higher. Please give me that back.
Yeah, they have
You know Danny Elfman did the clown with a tearaway face, right?
Oh, that was Delphman, like actually singing.
Yeah.
Huh.
really?
Not,
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
didn't-
also with the Corpse
who did
Bride, he was
Jack?
the skeleton that did the I don't know what his fucking
oh,
name
the
was.
poor little what? The poor little bride, like the
Yes,
one that would like
that
sing in
one.
the bar.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
That
said
was
yeah.
Danny
that
Elfman?
fucking destroyed his throat for like a month.
Because like I can do it the way I just did it. That's about as long as I could do it. I don't know if I could do a whole song like this, man. You know, like
it's
that
all
would
just about
fucking
passing
fry my.
air through your lungs. That's a bad
Yeah, but that would
move.
just fry my voice.
Yeah, it's a
Fuck
fry.
my
That's
lungs.
why.
My lungs will be fine. Fuck my voice box.
Nah, I
Beautiful though.
think.
I like that one. I like.
What do you
Corpse
think is
Bride.
the best? What do you think is the best work? What's his name? Tim
Tim Burton.
Burton has done. Best work
Hmm.
ever.
Hold on, I'm
If
gonna
you had
pull
to
up a
pick one.
list and look through them because I.
Yeah, I was
forget
gonna
some.
say pull up because like I'll say probably Nightmare just because it's iconic.
Here's the whole
Basically.
thing, though.
But he's
He
got a
didn't
lot of
direct
shit he's
that.
worked on. What?
He
What'd you
didn't
say?
direct that.
Really? Did he just do the?
He produced it. So that was done by Henry Selick, who also did Coraline. Because Coraline was not Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm. Coraline was a little creepier, I thought.
Oh, that was easily one of the most terrifying but fantastic animated movies.
Yeah, it was really good. But it was just like, Jesus, fuck. Like,
also, some people keep forgetting, Tim Burton did a bunch of the Batman movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
He did, what was the one? Batman and Robin, I think he did, right? With
He
Mr.
did
Freeze.
Batman Returns, I think just Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he did Batman and Robin, because I think
thought he did.
he might
Because I thought that was like real goofy.
I think
was
Batman
like, you know
Forever was the bad one with the bat suit nipples.
Michael Keaton or whatever, the nipple suit.
No, Michael Keaton never had a bad Batman movie.
No?
I'm Batman.
Who had the nipple suit?
Oh,
Maybe it
Val
wasn't
probably
Keaton. It was
coming
the other
back,
guy.
right?
Kilmer.
He's going to
Kilmer.
be in the
Val
Flash movie.
Kilmer. Yeah.
Keaton
yeah.
is.
Keaton as Batman.
Oh, that could be good. See, that's
as
like our
Batman.
like Adam West now. Like seeing him play Batman. We're
Yeah.
like, oh boy, he's coming back.
It's Batman.
Oh my god, I know that guy. That's Batman.
All right.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So
Zam Pow.
Kurt
You know
Krang.
what? I also forgot he directed the Planet of the Apes movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, that one was good
Yeah,
too.
he directed that one.
That wasn't bad.
It was
Not my
okay.
cup of tea, but it wasn't bad.
I
I don't know. I just want like ever since they did Hardcore Henry, where it's just the dude basically with a GoPro.
Yo, that was really
such a
good.
fucking great movie.
It was
That
awesome.
movie was so good.
Okay, but we take that
Production was like $12.
right. But hear me out. You take that and you make it Doom. Like fuck,
You
fuck
see,
Dwayne
they
the Rock
tried
Johnson
that
Doom
with the first Doom for like 5
it was
minutes.
horrible.
And then at the end, Doom guy takes his helmet off, and in the
It's Danny
reflection,
DeVito.
in the reflection, you see Tyler 1. Screaming.
And he just like
Screams and
disappears, just like
yeah.
and just like it's the end of the movie. The helmet hits the ground. Like
So-
you're telling me Mick Gordon wouldn't want to make music for that one? Come on.
So if we're going
whole
off
music would just
of
all be
directed
music.
movies that Tim Burton's
Okay.
done,
Lay it on.
top 3.
For you.
Because remember, he didn't direct Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's exempt from this. But I still
Is that what we're
obviously,
saying?
I
Movie
like
he
it.
directed?
Movies he
Yeah.
directed.
Okay.
So
Name on me.
top 3: Beetlejuice,
Okay.
Okay.
Mars Attacks,
Okay.
That's a goodie.
and Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh wait,
I guess
have a
I should have
question.
been looking this up
Yes.
the whole time. I thought you were just gonna let us
You-
know.
You know that movie that's coming out with that kid from Slumdog Millionaire? It's called The Green Knight or something like that.
Yeah, it just
I
came
know.
out.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be a Sleepy Hollow thing? I see the Headless Horseman's in it.
So it's been put on a lot of marketing sites as like related to horror movies, and it's not a horror movie, but it's got weird shit. So it's like dark fantasy. So it probably has some spooky moments. I heard it's okay, and then I also heard it's boring, but
Well, Slumdog Millionaire put me to fucking sleep, but it wasn't a bad movie. It was
and
just
that was
boring.
that was one of those movies where people were I saw a couple complaints where they picked, like you said, the guy from Slumdog Millionaire. They picked him to be in that role, and they're like, "Why did they pick him? Why did they pick a white guy?" It's like, oh God, these
Yeah,
people.
but like to me that doesn't matter because this is something that, what was it, a book?
I think.
Yeah, in the book, does it say that he's a big, strong white guy? Like, it
No.
could be anybody. It could literally, like, you're
Mhm.
casting
Put
for a
whoever.
movie, so that's different. But, okay, I didn't give a fuck that Mary Jane was Zendaya, or Zendaya, however the fuck you say her name,
Yeah.
in the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I
I
don't
didn't give a
care.
shit about that at all, right? Because,
cares?
that really doesn't matter. It's a different Spider-Man, different world. all this other
Multiverse,
shit
baby.
Doesn't matter. I'm talking about people, main characters that strictly exist, and like,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, we'll use Superman. He has Lois Lane, right? He's always with Lois Lane. What if they made a new Superman movie, and all of a sudden, he's fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I would be like, but he's...
Actually,
he's-
you know what? The funny thing is that probably be canonical because now Dwayne is Black Adam.
So
Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Dwayne is Black Adam. But
I
like,
like this.
but I'm just saying, like,
He kind
it
of fits.
doesn't really
went
make sense because Superman was always straight. So like,
Right.
for like 100 years, the guy was straight, and now you're
I
just gonna
enjoy
be like,
penis
he's gay
now.
now.
Again,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
like it
because
doesn't really make
when it
any
was
sense.
first written, it was probably written by someone that was during those times where, like, you know, homosexuality was kind of like frowned upon. So they're like, of course, he's the American dream where he's white, he's straight, he's handsome, and then, yeah, so.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but like, then just make something else.
like, I wouldn't give a shit if they made a new superhero that was
Right.
gay. I wouldn't
Black
give a
and gay, fucking black and gay man. I don't give a fuck. It's
Black
like
and
fucking
gay
black-
man, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
black and gay man. It's like black
like
and mild,
I wouldn't
man,
mind, but then you
fucking-
can't take Static Shock and make Static Shock
Static
gay.
I was gonna say static cock.
I mean,
Yeah,
totally
well, you
missed that
can't
one.
make him
technically,
Static Cock.
They can
Yeah,
do whatever
exactly.
the fuck they want because it's their property.
Right,
Yeah,
but it's
but
fucking
it's just like
it's
but
stupid.
It's just it doesn't make
Right,
sense.
no,
Like
devil's
that's
advocate.
bringing us back to that point. It just, in my
It's a
opinion,
waste.
it doesn't bother me, but at the same time, it's unnecessary. And it
It's-
just feels like they're pandering to
It's
people to make them watch
LGBT
the
the
movie.
brand.
Does
It's
it
gay
feel
the brand.
forced
Yeah.
is what you're trying to say.
What?
It
What
feels
happened?
forced is what you're trying to say.
It is.
Yeah,
forced.
I don't want it to be forced. Like just
like if
just
you would tell
make
me
it, like, you don't have to announce, like they say it in like these trailers and shit. They're like, oh, and by the way, he's gay now, and it's like, but
Mhm.
why would you even put it out? Just let it happen then.
Yeah,
if
you
you're gonna
don't
do
have
it that
to just
way.
go blast it to the public. It's just like
Yeah,
let
no
people
one
find
fucking
out.
cares.
If it happens, it happens. Like you see, what is it like? Some of these like vampire shows, like What We Do in the Shadows. Like they'll just be like, oh yeah, I fucked him like 400 years ago. They're like, okay,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it's like okay,
fucking whatever.
we didn't even know. Yeah,
Yeah,
like whatever. Who
didn't-
cares?
It would have made no. There's no value added that I know you've done that. You know what I mean? Well, like if you would have told me back, like when I went into college, like we joke about shit, but like if you would have told me I could Google a restaurant today, like a place to eat, and it would tell me if it's LGBT friendly or not, I would have called you a fucking retard. And here we
yeah,
are.
like
I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
yeah.
Who cares? I'm
just
like,
too
I'm going
much.
to eat a fucking steak. I'm not like, gee, I hope this really helps the plight of the homosexual as I'm like cutting into a medium rare fucking ribeye. Like, I don't care. I'm eating. Like,
and you know why they put
cares?
that there though, right?
so they get customers. Yeah, it's pandering.
It's a mixture. It's for stuff like
Yeah,
that, and then it's
it's
also there's
pandering.
some. Listen, there's
It's the
some
good boy points.
Ben. There's some areas where like you know they
Tell
don't
me,
want
father.
people like that in there.
Or you could just not say anything. You could have served a homophobe a $500 meal. He just could have not fucking said anything. You do nothing. You just pat yourself on the back. You're a good person.
Not really what I'm getting
Yeah,
at, but okay.
good boy. I mean,
the
Yeah,
areas
just
that
said they
don't,
don't want
really
those
allow that
people.
shit, the areas that don't really allow that shit are like in the Bible Belt and shit. And 90% of the
deep.
time, yeah, 90% of the time, maybe almost 100% of the time, you wouldn't see that on a sign anywhere anyway.
No.
So it's like, you know, and if it is still frowned upon in those areas, I mean, those people, like, I mean, I know it sounds like shit, but they always have the opportunity to move somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
take it from someone who just moved because I was being discriminated against about a fucking vaccine. So,
yeah, right.
I literally just moved. Like, you know, sometimes you got to just make the move
Yeah,
to,
do it.
you know, better your fucking situation. You know, if you
Yeah,
live in the
crazy how much
Bible
better it
Belt, I
gets.
understand. You know, you're like a fucking 12, sorry. You're like a 15-year-old kid, and you're
I hope they're
like,
not 12-year-olds listening to
yeah,
us.
nah. But if you're like, you know, you're a 15-year-old kid, you're like confused about your sexuality. You're like, yo, I don't know if I'm gay or not, blah blah blah. And like, you know, you try it and you are gay and you live with your fucking parents. It sucks, bro. I get it. It sucks. You live in fucking Kentucky and you're the only gay guy in a million miles. You know, it fucking sucks. It really does. Like, you feel like you're on an island by yourself. But at the same time, you always have the opportunity to go somewhere else later in life.
Yeah,
Those
you're not
years are
stuck.
gonna suck. But
And you're not trying
Hey,
to
being
word
a
it as
teenager
just like,
fucking
oh, you
sucks.
don't fit in here, get the fuck out. It's just
Yeah,
when
no,
you
it's-
can,
You can move.
leave.
yeah, I'm not
not
trying to.
stuck
Yeah, I'm not trying to kick you out of. I'm not trying to kick you out of Kentucky. I'm just telling you that it'll get better. Like,
No, it's
don't
probably
fucking
Kentucky's
don't
trying
worry
to get
Consequently-
out, unfortunately.
Consequently, I'm moving to Kentucky.
about it. Yeah. No, but it's like, you know, it's not a big deal. Like, to me, I don't give a fuck if you're gay or not.
I don't
like,
care.
It doesn't matter to me.
don't
Yeah,
fucking
it
care.
really doesn't matter. Just Like, I just hate when it's rubbed in your face.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
When
by
it's
the way,
pandered.
I'm gay.
I have
It's like, dude,
one
okay, yeah,
friend,
like I know.
It's like, cool, you're annoying and gay. You know?
I have
like,
one
neat.
friend who is
two
exuberantly
things.
gay, and he tells me that he
Exuberant.
absolutely hates Pride. He cannot stand it.
Yeah, it's fucking gay.
And it's just, of course it is, you fucking ass.
Pride Month is fucking gay.
Well, no, like, I don't care about that, but it's just like, I can understand where it's like someone says like, you know, I'm not all about that. Like, I can be gay from my house, and I'm fine with that. And then you actually, you do get some of these people that are like, oh, well, why aren't you proud about being gay? It's like, I am proud. It's just I don't want to go flaunt
Yeah, I
myself.
don't have to fucking.
Like, I have
yeah.
one friend who's
I don't have to be in a parade.
I have a friend who's gay. He's been gay for years, and he's all about Trump. And people are like, how could you do something like that? It's like, it's just my political stance. And it's like,
he was the first openly supportive of the LGBT president or LGBT candidate going in, because it wasn't until Barack was in that he was like, yeah, sure, gay people, yeah, fine, yeah, I love the gays, yeah, I'd fuck a dude. Hey, come here, Michelle. You know, fucking
what, man arms?
Michelle Obama made
had
fat
broader
kids.
shoulders.
She made
than-
fat kids.
I thought you were both going to say the same thing at the same time. I was very
No,
worried.
she looked like she could have been like an ex-linebacker or something for like the Eagles. Like she's pretty broad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Who was that?
Man.
Oh, Pastor Manning, that self-hating black preacher. Yeah. Oh god, that guy was funny.
Yeah, I
as
called
fuck,
him
dude.
Uncle Ruckus for the longest time.
Yeah, dude, he
But,
called he
Uncle Rock
quoting
is not
him,
related.
he said, "Imagine having a wife that looked like a linebacker for the Chicago Bears." Just shitting on Michelle Obama for no
It's
reason.
so funny, dude. And I'm looking.
Like, imagine
just
being mid-sermon and the guy just starts screaming at you about the president.
that bitch is a man. Anyway. I'm looking at
Jesus.
Burton movies. I thought he did Sweeney Todd. I really liked that.
He did.
Thought it was good. It was
Yeah, he
cool.
did,
and then
yeah.
it made me watch like a normal like musical version of it. Both
Yeah,
are good. The music's pretty even. Like he didn't really change much, which I guess that went
sometimes
over well
like
with some
they'll
theater
change from the
people.
stage if it doesn't really feel like it'll fit on screen. Like I know there's a couple things,
But man, it did. The fact that they had Sacha Baron Cohen be like the scamming, yeah, I am Varito Paralele de Barbara, I blow you a kiss, and I fucking like, I'm like, that's Sacha Baron Cohen. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Hey, he's Broadway trained. He's
I
in
was
Les
fucking
Miserables too.
Yeah, I was fucking dying
So
because he's got like the kid and he's like hitting him with the fucking straight razor when he's like sharpening on the leather. I was like,
if
dude,
you had to pick, Ben, what would you pick?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. Okay, good
I love
pick.
it.
I
Yeah,
love
I knew he did
Sweeney
quite-
Todd.
was my pick. too.
Sweeney Todd. I like Big Fish. I don't know if you guys ever saw
That
that
was a
one.
good
It's
one.
interesting. It's not like, oh, you gotta watch it, but it's like it's just cool because the guy's like piecing together like what his dying father was.
Yeah,
And
His-
to me, that was
have you ever-
interesting.
It's
'cause, like,
Ewan McGregor's the main character.
yeah, because it's like
It's his father's story.
kinda wonder
He's
that,
just like,
right?
Dad,
like-
yeah, okay. I don't really think any of that
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah, and then
it's
he
just like,
and
but
then
you
he
don't
goes to the
understand.
funeral and all the people are there.
Yeah.
see, that's like something I'd want. You know, like keep it like ambiguous.
That's a
And
good
if I die
children's
one
story
night-
when you think about it.
It is.
because of how it ends up, and it's just like, no, I don't really think it happened. And at the end, you see everyone. You're like, oh,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
No, it was interesting. What
Now,
else did
Rob,
he do here?
not-
Frankenweenie,
what
Big
about
Eyes.
you?
Eh.
It's
Dude, you did Pee-wee?
it's Sweeney Todd. I'm a huge
Really?
Sweeney Todd guy.
Damn,
All right,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dude.
I
My
really,
dude.
really, really like musicals, and I
Mhm.
love Johnny Depp, and I love Tim Burton's wife as well. She's really, really good. She was in
What
she
the
was
fuck's
in
her
Harry
name?
Potter as well.
Yep.
Oh my God, what's her name? I can't think.
Bellatrix.
Hey, babe. Manda,
Helena Bonham Carter.
what's Tim Burton's wife's name?
Helen? I just fucking said it.
I'm not listening. What?
I know you're
Huh?
not.
Doesn't have a wife. What?
Yeah,
Isn't he
they
married to
split
her?
up. I think they,
They split up now, yeah. But
Car-
she still
yeah, okay.
stars in his movie.
Helena Bottom Carter.
I guess I'll just go
Bonham
fuck
Carter.
myself because I already said it.
I don't know. I'm trying to listen to her. What'd you say?
Helena Bonham,
Helena.
Bonham Carter. Holy shit.
Bonham Carter. Okay,
Yeah.
what did I say? Bottom Carver? Whatever. Fucking
Bottom
same
Carver.
shit.
Sounds good enough.
They got the
Um,
flumpkin.
But I'm actually still kind of surprised no one said Edward
it.
Scissorhands.
It's all right. It's not that good.
I love Edward Scissorhands, which is kind of funny because me and Maria moved here, and the neighborhood looks like a Edward Scissorhands neighborhood with like yeah. Babe, I just drove past some hedges that look like fucking flamingos, like 2 blocks away. Yeah. The whole area looks like Edward Scissorhands, bro. It's fucking great. Edward Scissorhands is one of my favorites, but I say Sweeney Todd still takes the cake.
All right.
Dude,
mostly Johnny Depp.
Scary looking.
Yeah, I love Johnny Depp. I think he's great, and I'm happy that he won his defamation case.
Yeah, good for him.
Good man.
Yeah, fuck his wife.
But
babe, what's your favorite Tim Burton directed film?
Does she know? She's gonna say Nightmare.
Edward Scissorhands.
Wow. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. She's a Scissorhands fan.
That movie actually scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
It was weird,
me
dude.
too.
It was a little jarring.
And that's
like
always
a
Tim
kid.
Burton stuff. It's eerily creepy. But like when you get older, you're like,
scared
that's
me a
pretty
couple
cool.
times when I was a kid, and then you watch it again, you're like, yeah, right. And then you think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is actually hilarious. It's like, oh shit. But it was like Evil Dead. Like I saw it when I was like 8. I think it was like Evil Dead 2. It scared the shit out of me.
I think the first one was way more scary than the second one.
Maybe it was the first one because like
the
they both
first
kind
one
of
had all like the stop motion people like disintegrating and melting and blood and
yeah, that's what it was.
I
that
watched
scared
that
the shit
I
out
think
of me.
by myself up in a dark room. Oh, it was the worst idea. I was young as shit too.
Mm-hmm. You have the bitch
You wanna
coming
know
out from
why,
under the stairs and everything. Like,
You want to know why my dad doesn't watch horror movies anymore?
Why?
He watched Jaws when it was released.
Dude,
theaters.
that scared the fuck out of a lot of people. There
And
were people
he-
running out of theaters with Jaws.
My dad literally said, he's like, I was afraid to take a bath as a kid. Like, I thought something was going to come out of the water.
Oh,
And
I wouldn't
ever
go
since
into
That was
then,
dark
good.
he's
pools,
never
man.
watched another horror.
I don't know
He
why I
never
have
watched
that
another
fear too. Like I'll be
horror.
laying in a pool and it's like, oh, there's a shark under me. It's like how?
Yeah.
If anything, it's like a foot long.
I would
and he's gonna
say
be my homie.
I would say
I'm
it's a
gonna
little
call
bit
him-
more scary, like for Rob, because in Florida there's more alligators and crocodiles. So
That's the thing.
There's actually a coyote in our neighborhood, and we're not allowed to walk the dogs because a coyote is apparently running around
Really?
eating dogs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, you're in Florida. Buy a gun, my dude.
Oh, I
Stop
can.
that.
I need
Embrace the freedom that is a
to
firearm.
get. Yeah, I need to get my
Beautiful.
concealed carry license. I don't think I'm
Irish.
someone who should have a weapon, but I guess.
probably not.
I don't have my conceal yet, but there's a lot of motion for constitutional carry in a lot of states right now because it's like. But that being said, there's a lot of people that understand constitutional carry means you should know how to use it if you're going to carry it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is the majority of the mindset, which is good.
Yeah.
But that's where
Yeah.
people are like me, where it's like repeal the National Firearms Act because if I can do that, why can't I have an AK? I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, why can't I have an M249? I know what I'm doing.
Well, there's a guy.
I'm not gonna carry it around like looking to fucking start smoke. But
Yeah,
like if
there-
someone breaks into my house and I pull out a fucking 80-pound belt-fed fucking 5.56, just
They'd be like, oh.
yeah, like oh, you're gonna think twice.
Yeah, they had what's it called? There's a guy at my job that I just started working with. His name's Tyler, and he's from
Is he
Gary, Indiana.
Fuck
He
Oh
says-
no.
He says
I love
cement.
Indiana. Yeah, dude. Like the Midwest has the best accent. It's
He's
so
like, I'm in
funny.
the goddamn. He's like, I'm in the goddamn thing, and I turn around, and my foot is caught in the goddamn cement. And I was like, the what?
Sir, can you repeat that
Cement.
again? Sorry.
Cement.
Cement.
Please.
So
love
he's showing me pictures of his buddy's guns because they go to the range every week.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And he's like, yeah, I don't know what the guns are, but you know, he's like, here they are. And he showed me a picture, and I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, he has a fucking modded MPX. I was like, how do you even
Really?
get your hands on one of those? And I said, is that a fucking? I was like, dude, he has the drum mags for the AK-74, and he literally. I was like, dude, he has an AK-74N in Florida, and
Yeah, dude.
and he literally looked at me and he's like, "You're from New York." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "How do you know these weapons?" And I don't. I was like, "I fucking
I'm
from
from
New York."
Call of Duty.
You're from
Yeah.
New York. How do you know these? Dude, you'd
Yeah,
be
nah.
surprised how much shit you could just buy as long as it's not full auto, but you didn't hear it from me, but it's real
Yeah.
easy to convert it. Really. It's not hard. And you can't tell.
Well, here you're allowed to have full auto if you have the license.
Mm-hmm. But see, I don't want the license because then they monitor more of your shit. So what you can buy, this is for the listeners. This is a little high education thing. They're the things you can buy called digi triggers, and they're actually electric triggers for your gun. So what they do is, by all sense and confinements of the law, they are perfectly legal. But you install a trigger system. When you pull, it fires. When you let go, it fires. So it's like a paintball gun.
Oh yeah, I was going to say it's like a paintball.
When you double tap, but like this is king, and that is as close to full auto with being accurate that you can get without being legally full auto. Like bump stocks are bullshit. People are like, oh, these are highly automated. You can't hit shit with a bump stock. I've tried. Like my buddy, when we were in college, he went to military school, and he had buddies that he dormed with that were from up like your area, kind of, Rob, like Staten Island, New York and shit.
Right.
So they bought all these like sweet fucking like M4s, ACRs. One guy got a fucking TAR shipped in from China, which actually turned out to be not a bad gun. Very fucking heavy. Very heavy. Not ergonomical. I don't know how those little fucking soldiers are carrying that shit around all day, but so he took the guns back with him when they all like went home on vacation, Christmas vacation, Thanksgiving, whatever, because they couldn't take them back to their state. So he's like, hey, my buddy Rao left me about 5,000 rounds of ammunition and gave me full clearance to go shoot these. You want to go fucking sight these bitches in? I'm like, yes, sir. So he went and shot, and they all had bump stock attachments. And I was like, that was right when people were like starting to bitch about them, like 2012, 2013. I was like, all right, let's try it out. So it's completely like unintuitive. Like you have to push it into you to shoot it. So you already lose a shit ton of accuracy because like you want to dig it into your shoulder and keep that fucker there and ding, 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 ding on target. You're stable. This encourages you to go like just lose your control. So I'm like,
maybe you hit the first shot. Yeah,
they're not accurate at all. Like I get where it could help, maybe with like something high powered and you're real patient. Maybe you miss your shot and you can just kind of tap one more out real quick. Like, all right, I can see that. Home defense or like any kind of warfare, absolutely not. Like, what are you talking about? What a piece of shit that was. But the weight of the gun just fucks you up so much. So I'm like, where are people bitching about? It clearly is being bitched about by people that never used one. Because anyone that has one was just kind of like, oh, he's like a novelty. Like, fuck it.
It's like, I can't relate.
It's fun.
This isn't practical.
Oh, I missed. Tink. Like, oh, look, I missed more. Like, you can't hit shit with a bump stock. But that's where I was just kind of like, yeah, this is stupid. And then they were like, oh, ban him. I'm like, why? It doesn't help anybody. If anything, it's good for, like, maybe an old dude or something that, like, still wants to shoot, but, like, can't. He's got arthritis in his fingies, so he can just
and he can't fucking shoot.
Yeah, maybe he can just tink like cool. Old man, what's his name, can still shoot.
On the topic of fucking bump stocks, I'm about to bump you guys the fuck out of my life because I gotta go take a wicked piss. So
yeah, I mean, we just shy of an hour. Said we want to do a quickish one, but here we are. I said we wrap it up.
We did the whole thing. We were gonna do a short one for you motherfuckers.
We still gotta update people on Florida man life. We'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Give us the rundown.
The rundown.
What you should do is film from your phone, just dude, POV, and then I'll just insert it into the video the next time.
Okay. Ooh. I mean, I'll do it right. I'll do it while I'm taking a piss.
I was gonna say no. You don't have to do it now. Just do it like throughout the week.
We don't.
All right.
But all right.
I don't know. Pissing on cameras.
No.
It's a good diet. Florida man.
Wrong site.
Man. Come on, man.
Wrong site.
All right, boys.
All right, everyone. Happy Halloween. Only. Thank you for watching or listening.
Appreciate it, folks.
I promise this will be out on Halloween.
We're up to 26.
Yep, episode 26. God damn it, it's not 13.
I wish it would have been 31. It would have been pretty dope. Put out 31 on 31.
Very true.
One day we'll overlap. Actually, no.
It's all right. We'll fire out. We'll fire out 6 of them this week for you guys, and we'll make it.
Yeah,
so
5-second episodes. I'll read Hamlet.
Right, adios till next time, homies. I am Rob. More. That's Eric. That's Ben.
Thanks,
adios.
Bye bye.
Thank you.